The coup of 18 Brumaire, which took place on November 9, 1799, according to the revolutionary calendar, 18 Brumaire Year 8, was the decisive event that brought the French Revolution to an end and propelled Napoleon Bonaparte to power. At the time, France was exhausted by a decade of political upheaval, economic crisis, and war. The Directory, a 5-member executive established in 1795, had become notorious for corruption, factional rivalries, and its inability to solve the country's problems. Inflation, food shortages, and military setbacks had sapped public confidence, while royalist conspiracies and Jacobin agitation added to the sense that the government could collapse at any moment. Among the Directory's own members, Emmanuel Joseph Size, one of the most influential political thinkers of the Revolution, became convinced that only a strong executive could save France. He therefore looked for a military figure who enjoyed both popularity with the people and the loyalty of the army. Napoleon Bonaparte, fresh from his Egyptian expedition and already famous for his Italian campaigns, seemed the ideal candidate. Secret negotiations among Size, Roger Ducasse, and Napoleon produced a plan to overthrow the Directory under the guise of protecting the Republic. To prepare the ground, the Council of Ancients, one of the two legislative chambers, was persuaded to pass a decree transferring both councils to St. Cloud, outside Paris, supposedly to protect them from an imminent Jacobin coup. On the morning of 18 Brumaire, Napoleon appeared before the Council of Ancients in military uniform to announce that the Republic was in danger and that he had accepted command of the troops safeguarding the legislature. Meanwhile, soldiers loyal to him occupied key points in Paris, surrounded the Tuileries Palace where the councils met, and effectively isolated the Directory's remaining supporters. 3 of the 5 directors, Size, Ducasse, and Barras, resigned quickly, but the other 2, Moulin and Gohier, refused to yield. They were placed under house arrest. The following day, 19 Brumaire, proved even more dramatic. Napoleon entered the chambers to justify his actions but was met with outright hostility, especially in the Council of 500, where many deputies accused him of treason. The session degenerated into chaos as deputies shouted, threatened, and some even tried to physically attack him. Napoleon lost his composure and had to be escorted out by grenadiers. His brother Lucien Bonaparte, serving as president of the Council of 500, then claimed that violent Jacobins were terrorizing the assembly and called upon the guards to intervene. Under Lucien's orders, soldiers led by General Joachim Murat entered the hall and dispersed the deputies by force, effectively ending the legislature's resistance. With the councils broken up and the Directory abolished, the conspirators moved swiftly to consolidate their victory. They set up a provisional consulate, naming Napoleon, Size, and Ducasse as the 3 consuls charged with drafting a new constitution. Although Size had imagined himself as the true architect of the new regime, it was Napoleon who quickly outmaneuvered him and secured the position of first consul, granting himself near unlimited authority. The Constitution of Year 8, which followed in December 1799, established a strong executive dominated by Bonaparte and marked the formal end of the revolutionary experiment in republican democracy. The coup of 18 Brumaire is often described by historians as the transition from the turbulence of the revolution to the authoritarian stability of the consulate and, eventually, the empire. It revealed both the fragility of revolutionary institutions and the growing appetite in France for order over ideological purity. In this way, 18 Brumaire paved the way for Napoleon to consolidate power, centralize administration, and embark on the military campaigns that would reshape Europe for years to come.